If you sing well, I'll give you $300,000 and I'll even marry you.
The host said that looking at Daniel with a mocking smile on her face. The entire audience burst into laughter. She was laughing too, pointing at the dirty man standing in the middle of the stage, holding an old and dented saxophone against his chest, not knowing what to do. Daniel was 24 years old and had been living on the streets ever since he lost his parents on a trip when he was still a child. The saxophone was the only thing left. It was his father's. Every day he would wake up in abandoned parking lots, go to subway exits, boardwalks and shopping mall entrances and play in exchange for coins or a piece of bread. But life didn't make it easy. At the subway exit, a woman covered her son's ears and yelled at him to get out of there. A police officer came after him and told him to move along. At the entrance of a shopping mall, the manager came out and threw a cup of water at his feet. "You're scaring away my customers." Daniel picked up his saxophone and left without saying a word. He was about to give up on everything when a 48-year-old woman stopped to listen to him playing under an overpass. Claire, she stood there for about 5 minutes, listening in silence. When he finished, she walked up, complimented him, and handed him a card. It was an invitation to participate in the biggest talent show in the country. Daniel couldn't believe it, but he kept the card in his torn coat pocket. That night, he showed the card to the only friend he had, Rosa, a woman who sold flowers at the traffic light and who he called his street sister. Rosa looked at the card and her eyes went wide. It was America's rising stars. "You have to go, Daniel. You have a gift these people have never seen." Daniel went to the address the next day. He stood on the sidewalk staring at the enormous building in disbelief. At the reception, the attendant looked at him with disgust and called security. But Richard, the owner of the show, was passing through the lobby at that moment. He told the security guard to stop and personally led Daniel inside with a smile that seemed friendly. Daniel had never seen anything like it. The marble lobby, the enormous lights, the dressing rooms with mirrors. Richard took him to the contestants' room and left. That's when the nightmare began. The other contestants, led by Vincent, an arrogant singer in expensive clothes, surrounded Daniel. They laughed at his clothes, his smell, his dented saxophone. Vincent took a photo of him and posted it on social media with the caption, "The surprise contestant of the year." Then the big day arrived. The auditorium was packed, the cameras were rolling, millions were watching on television. Daniel was called to the stage. The curtains opened, and he took his first steps with the saxophone in his hands. The host looked him up and down, saw his dirty clothes, his bare feet, and his dented saxophone. She grabbed the microphone, gave a little laugh, and said to the audience, "If you sing well, I'll give you a plate of food." The entire audience burst into laughter. If you want to see him sing, comment part 2.